Hello! Welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Hinamatsuri Episode 6. So, last episode we had two separate stories. One dealing with, Anzu. It also had Hitomi and Hina as well, but mostly Anzu. No, okay, maybe they all got the same amount of screen time. But basically, she's trying to figure out a way to make some more money. The cans aren't really cutting it anymore. Not because she just... Basically, she was hanging out with Hina, and Hina was playing a video game. And I think Anzu suggested they do something, and Hina was like, nah, it's alright. Video games are more fun. And Anzu got a little upset, walked off, and then started thinking, I need to make more money so I can get myself a video game, and maybe me and Hina could play together and stuff like that. So she's talking to the guy from the homeless village, the one who brought her in. No, actually, she's not actually really talking to him. She's talking to herself about it, and he overhears it, and then he gives her this paper, and tells her about this homeless guy, quote unquote, who will buy certain items for a certain price. And the one she saw that she wanted to start gathering up were TVs, because they were 3,000 yen each. So her and Hina are walking down the street looking for TVs, and they see a bunch of them, the box TVs, under a bridge. So they get a cart, and they gather up all the TVs, and they take them to him. And he's like, these are no good. It's like, nobody uses these TVs anymore. These are old. You need to bring me flat screens, LCD TVs. Those are worth 3,000. I can give you I think it was 50 yen each. Something like that. It was really not worth the time. I would have sold them to him anyway, just because, that's money you don't have. But, I mean, the guy was dressed really nice. He had sunglasses on. He still had his, building that he lived in. But the guy did not look homeless at all. And as I was questioning during the episode, how does a homeless guy have enough money on him to buy all these items? And I don't know, what is he, fixing them up and selling them? I mean, that would make sense if he's got a lot of money. He's probably buying things for cheap, fixing them up so that they work or whatever, and then he's reselling them to someone else. So I guess I answered my own question. But even then, he would be able to get an apartment, wouldn't he? I don't know. I don't know how much apartments cost in Japan. Either way, he's not very... He's doing all right for himself. But her and Hina start looking for flat screens in tall grass. And she's saying, Anzu was telling her, we should probably get some help. It's like, I know somebody who would come down and help, but I don't know how to get a hold of her. And Anzu uses her phone. No, not Anzu. Hina uses her phone and calls up Hitomi, who comes down. And Anzu's excited because that's who she was talking about. She was talking about Hitomi. And she asks, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, well, Hina called me and said that you needed some help. And she's like, wait, you already know Hina? And she's like, yeah, we go to the same school. That kind of blew her mind a little bit. So she explains the situation, that they need flat screen TVs, and they're going to be selling them to this guy for 3,000 yen each. So they're searching, and it's getting closer to dark, and Anzu is getting ready to give up, Excuse me. Or at least expand the search. So Hitomi says, all right, well, I'm going to go down this way and look. I'll let you know if I find anything. So she walks off and calls her parents. Because I guess they had an old TV, flat screen, that they were just going to get rid of because they replaced it with a new one. So she calls her mom and says, we don't need that TV anymore. Do you mind if I just have it? I got, something I got to do with it. So she gets the TV. It's in a box. She's like, you didn't have to... Thinking to herself after she's already got the TV walking down the street. You didn't really have to put it in a box. So she's trying to find some place where she can just place it so that she can call Anzu and tell him, just come down to this alley. There's a TV down here. But she gets busted by a cop for dumping a TV. She's brought to the police station and questioned. And the only reason Hitomi even talks about anything, and I don't even think she told him the truth, was because he said he was going to call her parents. She didn't want that. So she talked to him. She was let go, and she was able to take the TV. She just, I guess, apologized and said that she would just find somewhere else, official, to drop it off at. Meanwhile, Hina goes to see Nita and asks him for money to buy a TV. And he's like, oh, okay. Here you go, and gives her some money. He kind of questioned it a little bit, what's wrong with the other TV? And she's like, well, it's not big enough. And so he gives her the money. She goes and buys the TV, and then she goes and takes it to the other guy. And he's just like, this is obviously new. Why are they bringing me this? And she didn't even get any money for it. She took it to him, but she took a cab. So she needed to pay the cab driver. She didn't have any money after buying the TV. So the guy ended up giving the money he was going to give to Hina to the cab driver. So she didn't make any money. And lost the TV. Anzu, on the other hand, walks to the guy with the cart and brings him the TV. And he's also like, why do they keep bringing me TVs that are in boxes? And they end up getting some money. Anzu was happy that they went out of their way to try to help her and stuff. And when Hina gets home, Nita's asking her, so where's the TV that you bought? And she's like, oh, I sold that for 3,000 yen. I think the amount her taxi cost was close to 6,000 yen. So the guy paid double basically for that TV. Seeing as how it was brand new, but Hina didn't get any of it, or Anzu, I should say, didn't get any of it since it was going to go to her, because it went to paying the taxi. But anyway, it's a good episode. Second half dealt with Hitomi and her friends from school. A couple of the guys ended up seeing her walk into the bar that she works at. And they're wondering, why is she walking into this place? And then I think the same day, it was either the same day or the next time they go down there, they see their teacher go inside that place. So they think that Hitomi and the teacher are having an affair or something. So they go to this female student in the class, one of Hitomi's friends, and they're trying to get her to help stake her out so that they can find out what's going on. And she just starts asking her these kinds of questions, and Hina is not very good. No, not Hina. Hitomi is not very good at lying. So every question she asked, she looked very suspicious. Um, they had also gotten Hina, but they didn't tell her They didn't tell her anything about what was going on. So the entire time Hina is with them, she's like, what's going on? What is this? What are we doing?" But they would never answer her. In fact, one of the guys just went right up to her and said, "I'm not expecting much from you." And she didn't even say anything back. But they ended up going back to the bar. They're like hiding behind this sign, like from the building next to the bar, or two buildings down. They're hiding behind the sign of that building, and they see her walk in, and they go inside. Because right by now the guys are thinking that she's prostituting herself out. The teacher is one of her clients. So the female student, I don't know her name, but her female friend runs into the place and sees her working behind the bar. And Hitomi just has like the best shocked look on her face ever. And the guys and Hina run in there, and now they're trying to figure out what's going on. And Tomi's trying to play it off like, what are you kids doing in here? This is the bar. You can't be in here. And her friend is like, "Look, I don't know why you had to hide this. I mean, you could have just told me." Like, she starts going on this like rant, and Hitomi finally, Nita and Utako are there as well, and neither of them are trying to help her. They're staying out of it. And she ends up, finally admitting that, yeah, she works there, and she's sorry she didn't mention it before. And then they had to leave because they're middle school students, so they couldn't stay. But yeah, it's a couple of really good episodes. So I don't know what's going to happen in this one, but I am looking forward to it. This has become one of my one of the anime that I'm most looking forward to watching throughout the week. So let's get into this and see what is going to happen. So the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.